Hello, this is Mike Heimberger. I wanted to do a bit of an intro for a project and series of videos that I'll be releasing over the next weeks and months. Not on any kind of schedule, just whenever I finish them. Ages ago, in an era called the 90s, three friends came together to create a movie. Not just any kind of movie, but a stop-motion, claymation, comic book adaptation movie called The Adventures of Oog and Og, which was drawn by this friend as a 6-issue comic series about the lives of two cavemen living in the Ice Age. The three friends, over the course of around 2 years, painstakingly filmed this movie using camera equipment that was definitely not up to the task, many packs of modeling clay, and far too much sugar. Meanwhile, this friend had tapped this friend to write original music for the movie. So he cobbled together a recording rig of 2 Yamaha PSR keyboards, 1 Ensoniq keyboard, a 4-track cassette recorder, a few borrowed microphones, and an early 90s PC. Now the soundtrack, meaning the actual track of sound on the tape, was recorded in 2 phases. Once we had a picture lock, the narration was dubbed directly onto the video edit. There were no spoken lines, so the narrator was the only voice we had to worry about. So this friend recorded the narration directly onto the video edit while watching the playback. The second pass of the audio was for music and sound effects. The music was recorded onto a 4-track tape machine for each scene ahead of time. The music had to be bounced down to a single track for its final form. More on that in a moment. This meant I could record up to 3 instruments before I had to bounce them or mix them down into the remaining track. If I needed more instruments than that, I could record 2 more before they plus the previous mix had to be bounced down to the remaining track. With each bounce, there is some quality loss, so 5 instruments is about as far as I could take it without the loss becoming really noticeable. Once the music was mixed to a single mono track, we could then begin the second audio pass. Here, the 4-track recorder became a mixing board, using the single music channel to play back the recorded music. The second channel routed the narration from the video edit. The third channel was for animal sounds from the PC. I created these with the same techniques used in Jurassic Park, blending different animal noises together and affecting their pitch. And the fourth channel was for live Foley, which included any other sound effect like footsteps, fight noises, fire, and environment. These all ran through the 4-track, which output to a recording VCR, combining the video from the video edit and all of the mixed music and sounds from the 4-track, giving us a master edit from which we could then make all of our copies. I have mine right here, though the cover art from the clamshell case has since peeled off, so I removed it and framed it for the wall. A number of years later, this friend attempted to digitize the movie and get it onto a DVD. This was not a simple task at the time, since the way that it was edited left the tape's time code in shambles, which wreaked havoc with digital converters. Eventually, he was able to get the job done, and I have here my DVD copy of the movie. But something in the conversion process, or possibly just the age of the videotape, caused many problems with the audio. Music and narration would sometimes blend into the wrong scenes, and other times became misaligned. I avoided playing the movie off my original VHS for fear the tape's age would finally do it in. But the DVD was basically unwatchable because of the audio problems. And for 10 or more years, the movie remained at the bottom of a box in my closet. But every few years, the idea of rescoring the music would nag at me. And I would reject the idea, understanding that the narration and the sound effects would all have to be remade. I sure didn't want to re-record the narration myself. Until one day last year, when I had the sudden idea of using an AI voice modeling
tool to change my voice into something that sounds like it should be narrating a movie such as this.
So bringing the video from the DVD into my computer, I gave it some visual cleanup, cropped it to hide some noise around the edges, and re-editing some scenes for pacing, and I made new opening and closing titles. With my best BBC nature documentary narrator voice dialed in, I redid the narration. I then only had to redo the sound effects before getting into the fun part of rescoring the music. Since rescoring the music is going to take quite a while as I redo each musical cue, I thought I might release each scene as I get it done. So this will be a series of videos as I work my way through the whole movie. And when all those are done, I will release the entire new cut as its own video. With all that explained, I can now introduce the first of the videos. Linked here for the first video, or here for the playlist that will grow over time. Here are the opening credits and first scene of The Adventures of Oog and Og, 25th + 1 Anniversary Edition.